Success is no accident, it is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. Everything is practice. I don't believe there is such a thing as a born soccer player. Perhaps you are born with certain skills and talents, but quite frankly it seems impossible to me that one is actually born to be an ace soccer player. If you are first, you are first. If you are second, you are nothing. The more difficult the victory, the greater the happiness in winning. Pele doesn't die. Pele will never die. Pele is going to go on forever. Everything on earth is a game. A passing thing. We all end up dead. We all end up the same, don't we? If I pass away one day, I am happy because I tried to do my best. My sport allowed me to do so much because it's the biggest sport in the world. I am constantly being asked about individuals. The only way to win is as a team. Football is not about 1 or 2 or 3 star players. A lot of people, when a guy scores a lot of goals, think, he's a great player because a goal is very important. But a great player is a player who can do everything on the field. He can do assists, encourage his colleagues, give them confidence to go forward. It is someone who, when a team does not do well, becomes one of the leaders. Lionel Messi is a wonderful player. Very skillful. Highly intelligent. He is not good in the air. The bicycle kick is not easy to do. I scored 1,283 goals, and only 2 or 3 were bicycle kicks. You must respect people and work hard to be in shape. And I used to train very hard. When the other players went to the beach after training, I was there kicking the ball. I've come to accept that the life of a frontrunner is a hard one, that he will suffer more injuries than most men and that many of these injuries will not be accidental. I represent Brazil all over the world. Wherever I go I have to do my best, to not disappoint the Brazilian people. And that I've done. I sometimes lie awake at night and wonder why I am still so popular and, to be honest, I don't know. When you are young, you do a lot of stupid things. Every kid around the world who plays soccer wants to be Pele. I have a great responsibility to show them not just how to be like a soccer player, but how to be like a man. Considerable research on successful soccer players and their developmental history affirms that a good percentage of them have spent time in isolation, working on soccer skills. I was born to play football, just like Beethoven was born to write music and Michelangelo was born to paint. Sometimes I look for the complete player, not just the players who score but those who can pass. If you ever want to be a decent player, you have to be able to use both feet without stopping to think about it. I want to do my best to make the people happy. I play with my heart for the sport. People always ask me, when is the new Pele going to be born? Never. My father and mother have closed the factory. I played futsal growing up in Bauer. In futsal, you need to think quick and play quick so it's easier for you when you move to normal football. The World Cup is a very complicated tournament, 6 games, 7 if you make it to the final, and maybe if you lose one game you're out, even if you're the best. I represent Brazil all over the world. Wherever I go I have to do my best, to not disappoint the Brazilian people. And that I've done. Football is the only sport where you put people together. It doesn't matter if you are rich, or poor, or black, or white. It is one nation. This is the beauty of football. Brazil's always had great players, both at home and abroad. But we need to put all that talent together and mold a team out of it. If you ever want to be a decent player, you have to be able to use both feet without stopping to think about it. Football is like a religion to me. I worship the ball, and I treat it like a god. Too many players think of a football as something to kick. They should be taught to caress it and to treat it like a precious gem. When you play against dirty players or very tough players, it's easy to escape because you know what they're going to do. But when a player is tough but intelligent, it's much more difficult. Everybody knows my life. I won a lot of tournaments and scored more than 1,000 goals, won 3 World Cups, but I could not play in Olympic Games. There is always someone out there getting better than you by training harder than you. Courage can bring huge benefits to those who are prepared. Great teams are not made up of many well-rounded players. Great teams are made up of a variety of players, each having their own strengths. A great player is a player who can do everything on the field. He can do assists, encourage his colleagues, give them confidence to go forward. It is someone who, when a team does not do well, becomes one of the leaders. Football is the ultimate in-team sport. And no individual can win a game by himself. Pele is a famous name, but Pele made his goals because another player passed to him at the proper time. A team is not made up of isolated individuals. Always stay in the game. Don't be passive. Football is a team game. No one plays alone. Success depends on your whole team being a single unit.